Why presenting your work feels so hard, even though you know that you are an expert in your field and you know that you know your stuff, but still, when it's time to put all of those ideas together into something that has a clear beginning, middle, and end, you still struggle how to do it. So, the reason why this happens and the reason why this feels so hard is because we don't actually have a problem with our work per se. Like, we are an expert in what we do. The problem that we have is how to structure it in a way that makes sense. So think for a moment about the situation when you have to prepare your slides for a talk or a conference talk or whatever it is that you are preparing right now. The hard part is sitting down and actually doing it. And now if you ask yourself why this feels so hard, you will realize quite quickly that the hard part isn't doing the slides, isn't explaining the work, is deciding what goes where and how to make sure the whole thing makes sense. And that's why the solution to that is to first, before you do anything, think about the message that you want to explain. Think about what is this thing that I'm trying to teach these people who are listening to me. This is sort of a pre-work that you have to do before you even sit down to present your work or to prepare your slides or even for writing. Because once you have a clear roadmap and once you know what is it that you're going to say and how you want to say it, it becomes much easier to do the actual structure, to put all those information onto the slides or pen on paper when you need to write your report or your research paper or whatever it is that you're writing. So I really want to emphasize here that the hard part isn't the presentation, isn't explaining our work, is structuring it in a way that we can follow and then make a presentation, prepare or talk or whatever it is that we are doing. And I really feel that in general, but also specifically in STEM, when we are almost always explaining quite complex stuff and we are having this not only explaining complex stuff, but also explaining it to people who are not experts in our field. And that's the problem. And we don't get almost any training into how to do that. How do I structure my thoughts in a way that when I sit down to prepare my slides, I know exactly what needs to go where and how to structure it so that the people who are actually listening to me are receiving the message that I'm trying to explain. So this is something that I do in my communication coaching program. So in the case that you feel that every time you have to explain your work, you feel like, oh, I don't really know where to start from, or I know everything in theory, but when it comes to practice and when it comes to actually putting my thoughts into words, I struggle. I really wish someone could tell me exactly what goes where. This is exactly what I do in my coaching program. So we go through your process and actually go step by step and do this. I call it thought or thinking process architecture, and really get deep into it in order for you, when you have to present your work and actually do the slides or do the writing or do the pitch, you don't have any problem because your work is so clear in your mind and you know exactly what needs to go where, so you don't have this frustration, procrastination, and this 3 a.m. panic attack before a conference talk that we all know very well. So in the case that you're interested in this kind of support, I will leave a link down below in which you can schedule a free discovery call with me, and I would be more than happy to hear your thoughts, your challenges, what is it that you're struggling with, and see if I can help you with that. So I hope that you found this useful, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.